that's one of the things I wanted to kind of share with you all tonight. Is one of the things that we're doing is we're kind of moving into a different direction in our life, a spot where both of us are really excited about, dreaming about, and really starting to plan for, and that is we are going to be opening a mission outreach / retreat center / educational center in what's called California. Mexico is connected to California via San Diego and Tijuana. You've probably heard that in the news, that whole section. It's about 45 miles south of there in a town called Ensenada. And Ensenada is a port town, so if you've ever taken a cruise and you've gone around Los Angeles, you've gone into Ensenada, probably. And it's like Long Beach, Ensenada, Cabo San Lucas, that's usually the route. We've been kind of going back and forth to Mexico for like the last 3 years, I guess, 3 or 4 years, and have really been drawn to that experience. It's changed our lives, being with those people who have serious needs. Physical needs, environmental needs, all kinds of needs. It's really tugged on our hearts about the things that they don't need, and things that they don't need, like hope or faith. They have those. It seems to us most of the time they have those things more than we do, and yet we have all the other things that make our life somewhat easier and would make it easier to have more faith and more hope. And yet we're drawn to those people because of their energy and their hope and their faith. And so what we want to do is we want to have other people experience that. We want to bring people to Los Angeles, San Diego, and Mexico to teach them whatever it is God wants to teach them. It may be to value their families more. It may be to value their ability to vote in the United States more. It may be to see the world through a different lens, a lens that's different than Waynesboro or Los Angeles or Wisconsin, and see something different. Like these girls, have said about studying abroad. When you see something in a different space, through a different lens, where you're by yourself or you're, experiencing something brand new, it has the idea of change is something that we're very much pushing forward to. We believe that literally one person can change the world, and there have been a number of people in our lives, and especially in our faith lives, where one person really has been able to change the world. And so, kind of our theme, this is our sticker, is the idea of I can change the world. And this is kind of our theme for making our dream happen. 2 kids from Pennsylvania who moved to California who want to buy property in Mexico and build a retreat center and staff it with, Americans and Mexicans and do all these things and open a corporation in California and do all these crazy things, I think leads to the energy about changing the world and making your dream. It's absolutely been Abby and I's dream forever to find ourselves in ministry with people in need, as well as I've always wanted to direct a camp and own a camp and run a camp and do that kind of stuff, and this kind of gives us a little bit of both. The idea of changing the world is something we really believe in. We really believe that by people having experiences where their lives are changed or their eyes are opened, that they can think about different ways they use their money, ways they treat their family, the way they treat the environment, the way they treat the gifts that not only the United States has given them, but also what, because when you start asking questions is when you really start to dig deeper into what God wants you to do, into what's best for your family, maybe what's best for the world. And in that case, then one person can change the world. That's what we'll be doing. This time we're traveling around this trip to try and raise enough money for us to purchase the land in Mexico. We need to put a down payment on land pretty quick because from Los Angeles, it's about a 4.5-hour drive from Los Angeles. And so what we'd be doing is actually bringing people in, flying in across a teenager that wants something to do in the summer, or of somebody who wants to help do something, wants to take a semester off, or wants to just hear about what we're doing. You can check out our website. You can hear about the things that we're trying to accomplish, the little things that we're doing. The very first thing that we need to do is we need to purchase our land, and what we've been trying to do is trying to do this a little bit on our own, and been trying to find people that we can connect. We don't really know where it's going to go. Our goal is to purchase the land because we don't want the land to go anywhere. We want the land, and we think once we have the land, then it's very simple how we're going to do it. What I'm learning about right now, we want our whole property to be completely eco-friendly, so we won't use We will be using no electricity. We'll only be using solar power. We won't be using any. It's really going to be a hands-on project of everybody that we know, we love, we connect with, and then the people that seem to find out. I think that's what God wants. Get on the ball here. Let's go. Come on, I got all the stuff for you. Let's get it rolling.
I think for us, sometimes we we always looked for, well, it has to be right. It has to be, it has to be very clear. Called, but we just have to trust that God is going to answer. So for us, it's about really just having faith and not worrying about all the hows and believing.
I can't even explain how thankful I am for my experience in Waynesboro. I was saying to Abby on the way here, I was like, it's gonna be great to see Pastor Seeks. I mean, he's the guy that, like, for some gosh awful reason decided to hire me. I mean, and that's a huge deal.